Hello, and welcome to another update video on Bitcoin. Bitcoin continues to grind higher, and we have already reached this ideal zone here for that fifth wave to the upside. Quick reminder, the trend is up, and we wanted to see at least one more high. I'm not prepared here to call a top in place. It looks like the price might try to push to the next upside level, the next target, and that is the first ideal target actually for the third wave here in the white scenario, our, let's say, bullish scenario. That first target is the 138% extension at $118,490. So looking at this entire structure to the upside from the September low, and by the way, I only really want to focus here on the shorter time frame in this video. But looking at the rally to the upside, it's aligned very well with projections. We've reached that $118,000 level that we talked about a couple of weeks ago. I showed you the VRVP indicator. We talked about all that. So anyway, we're in that area where the price has to make a decision. We are in the resistance area. We already entered that resistance area on Friday, yeah. But then the price only moved sideways, right? Didn't really make a decision. And now we've pushed higher, and that actually gives us a nice and clear A, B, C structure. Very, very full and really good looking ABC structure. The C wave is always a 5-wave move. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Currently following the latest projections. And it's of course important to understand that B waves can extend. So until we really get a top, there is no sign of a top. I mean, over the last few days, I got a lot of messages, people, members, even on Discord. I was asked about all these bullish setups I was showing of the charts I'm tracking, like Pengu, Brett. There are many more, but these are just two virtual. Sui, how can they even go up with Bitcoin being in a B wave? Now, you see it today, right? Some of these guys have moved up 20%. Yeah. So I hope, I'd always try to explain when I get asked, well, don't worry about it, right? If you can analyze one chart, you don't need another one to analyze the first one, right? You just don't. You use Bitcoin as a guide overall, yeah? Are we rather bullish or bearish? That's it. I wouldn't really try to determine an altcoin setup based on where Bitcoin is, because they don't always follow the same path. And of course, do we expect all altcoin charts to follow the structure to the end? No, of course not, right? But when there is a setup, basically a pullback into a support area, then that's a setup with a good reward to risk ratio and clear invalidation points. That's all a trader needs. You don't need more, right? But then you don't want to worry about other charts. So here you see it today, right? Bitcoin is climbing up slowly, filling in the pattern, and some altcoins have moved up 20%. Yeah, that's exactly it. And that is a trade. I mean, that is like what Pengu has done today is a trade. That is already a successful trade, right? You don't need to wait for all waves to fill in. Don't worry about it. When the market has moved up and you can take the risk out by adjusting your stop loss, that's it. Don't worry so much about all the things, or you will come to decision paralysis, right? Now, anyway, this move to the upside is still going higher. I think soon we should get a pullback, and that could be a fourth wave. If we get a little higher, that would be even better. 118,500, I expect next resistance. Maybe it stretches higher here to the upper boundary line of the trend channel. Any pullback afterwards could be classed as a wave 4. So I will add support for this wave 4 to the chart once we have a top, because now with the price approaching that 138% extension level, this could be classed as a third wave. Yeah, below not really, but that would be a nice and healthy third wave. Higher, even better. Yeah. So anyway, that is what we're tracking. So we can still see it go a little higher. That this here could be a B wave top is important to understand, but without a break below support for this wave 4 and without a 5-wave move down, there is simply no substantial top. So yeah, that's that gives you the next upside levels. Also, until then, I would use the lower boundary line of the trend channel as support, but we will add Fibonacci support for white wave 4 once we have a local top. I hope you liked the update. If you did, please hit the like button, leave a comment, and subscribe. And if you're interested in additional updates, make sure to follow us on our X channel as well, and make sure you check out the membership. But on X, you can find the link in the description to our X channel, and on X you find additional updates, news, and much more. So you get even more updates than on YouTube. So sometimes people ask me all sorts of updates in the YouTube comment section. Some of these are here on X, so feel free to check it out. Yeah, thanks so much. Bye bye.